Whenever you're ready.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, this is Aaron Taos, and you're listening to Hella Clout on Dash Radio.
We out here. It's the Hella Clout Show with your boy, the DJ TJ. I got my co-host Joy in the building.
What's poppin'?
Another weekend here at Dash Radio.
And it's hot.
It is hot, actually, and we got a new guest bringing the heat today.
Yes.
And he goes by the name of Aaron Taos. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey,
Welcome to the Hella Clout Show. We're
welcome.
glad you're here.
Mm-hmm. Glad to be here.
Amazing musician who we
Yes.
recently discovered, and yeah. So we're happy you're here, straight off the bat.
Yep.
And what kind of stuff are you working on musically?
Just released an album in March, and then a new single last week, and now just working on new stuff.
Ooh.
So describe your music to someone who maybe hasn't heard it. We've been listening to your stuff here, but let's say someone who's just discovered you. We're going to get into
Yeah.
some songs here and one of your recent releases too. Like describe your style, because I've kind of heard a little variation of like kind of little bits and pieces that sound familiar, but it's
Yeah.
really hard for me to personally describe as to like what your sound is.
I guess like roughly it's in like the alternative pop sphere, but I
Okay.
mean like different songs are a little more guitar, like indie leaning. Some are more rock leaning. Some are a little hip hop leaning.
Right.
Like, but it's
Yeah.
that general.
Right, because I
Side
hear
of
like
things.
digital instruments, but I also hear like a lot of guitar,
Yeah.
different melodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I came from band world, like garage rock kind of band world, and then just over time I started using more electronic elements, you know.
When you say band world, so were you in previous bands before you started your own projects, or?
So I mean, like in high school, I just kind of like played in a band with my friends, and that was like my
Okay,
start
fun.
to the
What
whole
band was that?
music thing. We were called Coke's Rhino,
Oh, okay.
and it was like
Don't they sell that stuff at 7-Eleven?
It sounds like something that I
Like-
probably have tried before.
Coke's right.
so it was like really sketcy.
Real sketchy.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
our-
high school, though,
We
I
took
feel
a
it.
bunch of those and made an album. And,
Right.
What
What do you mean you never rocked out on
Right.
Coke's Rhino?
it was very like Strokes, Arctic Monkeys influence.
Okay.
Block Party, like that.
nice.
Okay.
That era, kind of post-punk rock.
Damn, Block Party. I haven't heard Block
Right?
Party in a while.
Throwback.
They're the goat.
Right, and I remember I lived in San Diego when Block Party was like really popping, and it was like every little spot was just playing like kind
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
indie hipster pop rock. I don't even know how to describe
It's
that
a
kind of
vibe.
stuff. But that was definitely a cool era. I was bumping like Chromeo at the time, and I think like Block Party and some other different MGMT maybe, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's all around the same era, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. So you guys were kind of like rocking that kind of stuff. And what were you playing the guitar and singing, or were you playing other instruments too?
Yeah. I mean, we just kind of just started jamming, and I just immediately like the thing I wanted to do was sing and like write. So, and I was playing guitar. I had played guitar a little bit when I was younger, but this was like the first time really
Jamming.
trying to do it for real.
Right.
But
Did you ever take guitar lessons as a kid, or?
like when I was like 5, and like when I'm like for a birthday, my dad got me like kind of like a cheap guitar, and I
Right.
think just started playing around, got some lessons, and then
A little $100 Fender Squier. or something.
yeah,
Like, try
something-
this
well,
out.
Actually, this really random dude owed my dad money, and he didn't have the money to pay him back.
Right.
It's a
so
trade.
He owned.
Hands down the holy grail
He's
of
like,
guitars.
Look,
Here's this Gibson.
clear my debt, and I got you.
Quite. He had like a random antique shop in upstate New York, and he had
Okay.
this like really like old off-brand red guitar.
Okay.
That was like my first guitar. Unfortunately, that got lost in high school.
Dang.
But and shout out to Fender. They just sent me a new guitar,
Oh, wow.
which is legit, and it's red, and it looks kind of
No
like
way. Full circle.
yeah, exactly.
Came back.
That's
totally
nice.
It's like from the heavens. from
Right,
the
like,
guitar. That's actually pretty dope.
It
So did
lives
you
on.
like acquire like a Fender sponsorship, or?
No, but I did go to meet with their like artist relations team, and they were really nice and sent me
Right.
because I don't have. I
They're
just
like,
moved- yeah.
you're a good musician. You deserve
Right.
a Fender. You need to be on
So-
stage with our guitar.
Right, exactly.
I mean, whatever the plug is, I still
Right.
appreciate it. So.
Right. Can I get some strings
Yeah,
too? Or
yeah.
how does that work?
Quick question, because you said your dad was the one that got you your guitar. So I was on Spotify and I
Yeah.
seen that it says that your dad is Robert De Niro.
Yeah, that's not
And your
true.
mom
Yeah.
is Audrey Hepburn. So I just need to know, because I mean, you do kind of
Joy's
look
gonna
like
bring
you
the
could
facts.
come
Joy's
from
gonna
this
bring the
family.
facts.
You feel me? But
You know, he's a little old, but yeah, that's my dad. No,
you're like, actually, it is.
no, I mean,
Like every guy's dream dad. You're
Right.
Robert De Niro.
I'm like, what?
I mean, you ever seen me
You
in Bonkers? That is not true.
Okay.
But maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see.
Leave them guessing. Okay, mysterious.
Now I'm like, I'm gonna do some research.
No, my dad's name is Marvin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, shout out.
That's cool though. So that kind of got you started at a young age. You got the guitar.
Yeah, and then like it went away for a while. Like you know, like when you're, I guess, middle school, you're kind of forced to play like
Right.
in orchestra or jazz band or something.
Yeah, that
like
happened
the
to me.
school-
I was playing drums in middle school, and then that was just freely. Like my dad got me a drum set type deal. You know,
Yeah.
I saved up some money, and then they tried to make me play the trombone. I took band. I was like,
Right.
"Are you fucking kidding me?"
Right.
The trombone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't last but 2 weeks staring at that drum set behind me the entire time. What was your experience like?
I mean, it was similar. It's like you kind of forced into playing, you know, in an organized setting. So I really like didn't enjoy that. So
Right.
after that was over, I just was like, I kind of thought playing music was lame. And like,
okay.
I just mostly was listening to hip hop like anyway at the time.
I'm just
And-
curious what kind of hip hop.
I mean, like when I was 11 or 12, that was like the Dipset 50 Cent era.
Ooh.
Okay, like Cameron and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Unit. Yeah, like that
Okay.
was,
Squad.
that was like the best thing ever.
Right.
And still the best thing.
Right.
Like I still bump it. Man, me too.
It was great.
Yeah.
So I just like, you know, music playing in a band was not like cool to me.
Right.
And so that was when like that whole time in my teens, I was like really into soccer, like sports and
So you got into sports.
mostly soccer though.
What position did you play?
I was like center D, center mid,
Okay.
and I played in high school and
Didn't you take this all the way to college too, or?
yeah, I played 2 years in college and kind of then at that point I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to go professional. And that was my dream for like so
Right.
long. And
Staring at the guitar in the corner all day.
Right, it's in the corner,
and, like
getting
it
dusty.
kind of like transitioned where like luckily I think like I had this huge passion for soccer, and then as that was waning, like music kind of crept in.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like it just
Seamless.
transitioned.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've always had like something like that kind
I
of.
can't go to soccer practice, guys. I got band practice.
Well, I mean, anyone who's played college soccer or sports just knows that it's a lot. dude.
It does.
Like,
It's a
you're-
lot of time.
You're playing every day.
Right.
Traveling.
Training on your off days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of.
I often wondered, like, especially because even when I was in high school and even into college, I remember athletes like not even having time to do homework.
Yeah.
How are you expected to perform at school?
Yeah.
And then also perform on the field?
Yeah, which is crazy.
And then like you can't perform on the field if you're not performing in school. So it's like this
Yeah.
weird like trade-off. It's like that's our key player, but he sucks in class. You know, like,
right. at
Like, I'm
least with-
tired.
At D1, they take care of their players. I was D3, so it was
where
like.
did you play?
I went to Vassar College, which is in New York, kind of upstate.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
like, you know, D3 is still really intense, but it's also like you're not given like the status you would
Right.
if you were like D1, like all, you know, killing it. But actually, like the long bus rides and stuff for for soccer, like that's when I started making my first beats on GarageBand.
Oh, nice.
So
Did you bring like a MIDI controller or something? And
no, just straight on the keyboard, you know, tapping.
just using
out.
the keys.
Yeah, I mean, like
Work with what you got.
Yep.
Exactly.
I talk about that all the time, actually. I'm like, some people make great art, whether it's music or
Yep.
anything, just with the most simple tools possible. And then you'll have someone who has everything and can't even
can't
come
even
out
do
with a
it.
product. Right. It's
That's
like,
how you
can't-
come up.
This goes to show that like you don't need all the bells and whistles.
Definitely don't.
Try and make it work.
No, I mean most of the successful, you know, producers, a lot of hip hop producers, especially use Fruity Loops, which
Right.
is like the
Yeah.
cheapest.
Yeah, that's like the most common
Yeah.
thing.
I
right
always
now.
hear that.
We were talking on one of our last shows about a great producer that was using GarageBand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally
you
started
can
on
use-
GarageBand. That's
And
what
was
it
chilling, like, still
and he's
use
like,
it.
oh, I made that hit for Mac Miller on
Yeah.
GarageBand. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Like,
You can use their
okay,
phones,
great.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
Like Steve Lacy.
Right. I love that. Actually, one of our producers, and he was like hinting at it. This is what I was showing these guys. Benny Cassette, who was one of Kanye's
okay.
producers on one of Kanye's previous albums. And he was mentioning, I was like, tell us some of your secrets. You know, I think he also produced on Fruity Loops as well. And he was saying, like, he was hinting at I use my phone, but then kind of veering away from it too. Like,
Right. So I don't want to give away the
Right, give away
secrets,
my
you know.
Sauce.
Exactly, the sauce.
I was literally just in here in my phone last night going through some crazy samples. I just want to bring it up since we're talking about this. But we were watching a parade on Hollywood Boulevard like a couple months back, and there was this like Chinese marching band. And I was like, damn, that sounds so dope. I gotta like record that. And I'm like, check this out. Tell me what you guys think. It's I think it's this one.
Okay, TJ with the.
Don't get mad. Oh, it's not this one. Hold on. No, this is it. It's got the kids in it.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Kind of got some like, you know.
Yeah, I can hear
Oh,
that.
back. Now you
Get a little beat over it. We gotta
you know,
hit it.
turn it up.
Something
Yeah.
like, even the quality that when I played it back to the speakers, I was like, damn, that actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
iPhone right on the street.
Yep.
Work with what you got.
Exactly.
You might even have a beat program. My brother uses like iMachine on his phone. Well, he's not like a producer, but when we're sitting around the table or something like that, chit chat and small talk, he's like, make a little beat.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff, you know? Anyway, back to you, Aaron. You were talking about, you were doing college for a while and then transitioning into music. Did you start a band at this point? Like, how did that transition form?
Basically, it was like I was in high school. My friends and I started a band. We started playing around like the New Haven area.
What was the name of this band?
That was Coke's Rhino. So that was high school.
Got it.
That was like when I was like 16, 17. And
Is there any of that, those songs available? Like,
yeah, they're online.
Okay,
they're
cool.
online.
We'll have to look at that.
It's more
I should have
rock.
said that earlier on the show. Like, actually, we're just playing some Coke's Rhino. And,
It's like rockier lean. So like that was like the whole like we were going to places to record. We were trying to record ourselves. We were playing live. Like so we were
doing it all.
We were doing it. It was like but we didn't know what we were doing. So that kind of
where were you when this was all taking place?
That was where I was from, which is like Guilford, which is a suburb of New Haven, Connecticut.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And there's not there is like a small music scene, but it's not anything crazy. So that was like that, and then I went to college and didn't go to college with those guys, so we would play when we were on break and stuff, but it was hard to keep going. So that's when I finally got a laptop and started making beats and stuff.
You're saying that while you're on the road and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, and then when I graduated, I moved. Pretty much everyone from my school moves to New York.
Right.
So I moved to New York with some friends, and that's like really when I started working on what became like my artist stuff now.
What was that? Did you like start a studio, or you just like, I'm going full time with this music? Like, where was the transition?
Someone.
Like, all right, it's music, man. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like the whole. I just wanted to get through college. I knew I didn't really want to go to school again.
Yeah. What were you going to school for? What were you studying?
So the school I went to is like a liberal arts kind of.
Okay.
My major was an interdisciplinary kind of honestly bullshitty major called Science, Technology, and Society.
Okay.
So I was studying a lot of renewable energy stuff.
Okay.
And
I feel like I have so many friends that are studying similar things,
Right.
but titled differently.
Titles is different everywhere you go.
Yeah. So, I got that done and I interviewed for a couple jobs and I was like, this isn't what I want to do. So I kind of got a restaurant job and saved up and then moved to New York and then was working in a restaurant job there and then working on what became, the music and the real reason for that was someone gave me like a cracked free version Ableton. And so I was so excited because Ableton at the time, this doesn't sound like much now, but this is like 2013, 2014, like I was using GarageBand and Reason, and it was hard to produce and then record your vocals on top. You had to go between different programs, so Ableton could do it all in one.
Right.
So,
And they had like built-in instruments too.
Yeah, so like that was really cool I was making my stuff that I eventually released as my first project, and like I was mixing it and stuff like that, and it sounds cool, but in terms of like how things are supposed to sound, like it's like really poorly mixed. Like everything's peaking, everything's like distorting. And so it was like cool. But then when I remember I brought it into a studio once to try to help me with the mix, he's like, what are you doing?
He's like, I can't do it.
But I think that was important to do that first step.
Right. It's a learning process. Are you still currently using Ableton?
Yeah, I still use Ableton, but since I dropped that project, basically like from some of the attention and stuff that brought, I was able to, from my manager and from different people reaching out, get in like legit studios and kind of learn how to do things for real.
Right.
So I'm in a way more educated position at
Right.
least right now.
Are you working with like engineers that are helping you track your instrumentation and stuff?
Yeah,
like
I'd say
that?
like half the music I make now either comes from what I guess people call co-writes. Like I just go in
Right.
and we'll write with different producers
Yeah.
or writers
That's cool.
and just make something creatively with them. And then other stuff will just be me still screwing around
Right.
and then I send it out for a mix. I don't mix anymore because
Yeah, it's
it drives-
it's a whole
drives
nother
me
process.
It is.
I was
it drives
talking
me crazy.
right. I don't blame you. You just want to be creative, right? It's like
Yeah.
I'm the same way in the sense like I like to create. When it comes down to like the editing mix down or whether it's video or audio, because I do a little bit of both myself. And it's like either the mix down, I always say the mix down to audio is color grading for video.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's the
super tedious,
worst.
And you have to go through do these fine. I know my videographers. know
They're
what I'm
like,
talking about,
oh
too.
man, every week.
And like if you have multiple clips and you shot all these scenes inside and outside, and you got to color grade them so they're all look the same,
Yeah.
and consistent. It's the same thing as doing your mix down. You're taking all these transients and you're trying to like balance everything.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it becomes this really like, for me, I have ADHD, so I'm all over the place. I can't even sit in the same chair for more than an hour,
Yeah.
much less sit there and fine tune every shade of red in this video.
Wow.
And do that 35 times because it goes throughout the whole video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It becomes very tedious, and especially with the audio mixing, I'm like, ah. But I guess it's nice to have those tools and to be able to, or resources.
Yeah, because I didn't know anybody, and I didn't really have money to throw around, so I
When
Yeah.
you're doing co-writes, what kind of people are you working with?
like all over the spectrum. My manager's more in like the pop realm, so
Okay.
like that's more pop leaning writers or then I just different people reach out. Some are more rock leaning producers, some are more even hip hop leaning. I mean,
Right.
you never know. I say yes to a lot of sessions because I've written bad songs with really great talented producers, and then I've written good songs with someone who just started out. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Now, is this
You never
your
know.
opinion as a good or bad song, or is it just how you felt about your part, or it's just
No, no,
something that
just-
was like it never came out? Because
yeah, it never came out or it never really turned into anything. It's
Yeah.
just kind of like,
It's there.
yeah.
Would we recognize any of the people that you've worked with?
One song I put out, I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, there was that really popular Danish pop song, 7 Years once. I was 7 years old. Whatever. That producer,
Right.
I worked with him on one of my songs called Venom.
Oh, cool. I was actually just playing Venom.
Yeah.
That's actually probably your highest streamed song on Spotify. I looked at it, it was almost at 1 million streams.
Yeah, that's the one that right now, I put that out almost a year ago. So I don't know why, but it is.
That always happens. Like you put out a song, you think it's not buzzing, and then
I hear
out of
that.
nowhere, it just
People
gets
say that, like, you
traction.
want to know something funny? It's like that song 3 years
Yeah,
old.
you're like,
I'm
what?
Just now surfacing. I'm like, damn, that's a hit.
Man,
But sometimes it also takes people, I feel, sometimes not ready. You might be ahead of your time.
Yeah,
I feel like the best
exactly.
songs are like that. Like Pharrell Happy, for instance. I think
Yeah.
he sat on that for like 3 years.
I'm sure.
Before he even released it. But he knew what he had, but he had to wait for the right time. I saw
Yeah.
something where he was like, I waited for the right time to drop that.
Yeah,
Which could be, it is all timing.
it is timing.
You know? I feel like you have a very now sound. It's very vibey. I think it's going into the summer. It's great because I'm going to add these to my playlist because you have a very positive, uplifting vibe, I feel
Yeah.
like, in music. I love the instrumentation. I want to get into one of these songs. This is Control by Aaron Taos, you guys. That's Control by Aaron Taos, you guys.
I love it. It's a
thanks.
mood.
It is.
I'm trying to go to the
Good.
beach.
Control.
Yeah, just be like, hey.
No, look at my vibes playlist. You can actually follow that on Spotify. No, just playing.
Okay,
it's gonna
quick
go in my
plug.
vibes playlist, though. I have one that's literally like for vibes. Like if you're like you want some just feel good, the sun windows down. In the
Yeah.
car, and the sun's beaming, which has been a lot lately.
Exactly.
in LA,
I'm
which
happy.
loving.
Gosh,
It was actually really hot today.
so hot,
I don't know what I was in the valley.
sweating.
But, that fits right in there with all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah. Driving song.
Yes.
And that was Control. Which we're gonna get into another song here, which you just recently released, which is Bloomin', which was shot in like a flower field. I saw you had a music video out that you just released too.
Yeah, so that came together. Yeah, the song's called Bloom. I've had it for a little bit, but I released it in May or last week. And I just moved to LA in April, and my roommate happens to be a videographer. So he was like,
Oh, lucky.
yeah, he was like, I played him a song and said it was like Bloom.
Right.
I was thinking about maybe, can we shoot something in the flowers? Or he was like, dude, it's like the Super Bloom.
Right
going
now
on.
it's Super Bloom.
This was April, so I was just like, let's fucking try it.
Right.
So we went, we scattered it out, came back, did it, and
whereabouts?
that was it.
Where'd you guys shoot that?
I think it's
I know
like
there's
near
all kinds of different fields. That
Yeah.
line up around
Yeah.
times
it's
of
like the
year.
Antelope Valley kind of
okay.
area
Out there.
And I was just seeing a lot of people on Instagram posting about it.
That's where Joy's from, actually.
Antelope. I was like, not antelope.
Or
That one's
Instagram.
farther.
I'm just messing with you.
So that just came together really naturally. And shout out Taylor, my roommate, for making it happen.
Yo, Taylor.
Hey, shout out.
Good job on the video, Taylor. That's awesome, though. And I like that you kind of capitalized on that. I actually wanted to go do something where there was a huge fire like a year ago out in like the Malibu Canyon.
Oh,
You have to
yeah,
check this
yeah.
out before it all grows back. But it looks crazy. Like I went
Like
hiking
destructed?
out to Malibu Canyon State Park or something like a couple of weeks ago. And it's like all burnt down, crazy rolling hills. But like it kind of has a vibe, like all the grass was growing like in your video that has like a vibe like that. But you can also see like all these dead trees.
That's a good little photo op right there.
I see people doing that. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, someone needs to go out here and capitalize. It's tight.
For real.
But great video, great
Thank you,
song, which
man.
we're gonna get into here in a second. I wanted to get into some other things. Joy,
Yeah.
what's going on the streets? We gotta talk about some current events out here. You always keep me up to date, and I have no clue other than.
Yo, I got something crazy going on right now. So DJ
No, you came in
Khaled.
here looking saucy as hell today. So you
Thank
must
you.
have something crazy
A little
going on.
sauce, you
Some
feel
cameras
me?
on Joy, real quick. Matching nails with the shirt.
Look, you
What?
better preach. Okay, so DJ Khaled just dropped his album not too long ago.
This is why I have you here. to
Okay, so
inform
he
you these
dropped
things. This is
he
great.
dropped an album maybe a couple weeks ago,
Right.
And maybe not maybe 2 weeks ago.
DJ Khaled. I can hear it now.
DJ, he has
Another one.
everybody on it. I'm talking about SZA. He has Nipsey. He has everybody on this
Dang.
album. So I guess he expected it to be
Let me
number
guess, He
one.
named it after his son.
This is father of Assad. Yes.
Oh, something had to do with his son.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I knew it.
And
Probably.
what he thought his album was going to be number one on Billboard, and
thought.
it didn't. Guess who did get the number one spot?
Hold on, let me think. Who else is released?
I don't know if you're going to guess this.
Tyler.
Yes, Tyler the Creator.
Really?
He got the number one spot.
Did you listen
So
to Tyler's album?
I didn't listen to Tyler's album, but I'm a
Did you?
fan.
Yeah, I listened
Let's
to it.
talk about Tyler. Wait, do you want to finish this real quick? Because I want to talk about this.
Okay, I could finish it up
This
real
is
quick.
interesting.
Yeah, so Tyler got the number one spot. So Khaled went on Instagram ranting about who he dropped an album, this mysterious album that no one even know about, how it get number one.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, you real salty, Khaled. You're
some type of
salty. What y'all think?
You know what? It does make me question it a little bit. Because Tyler kind of, in my eyes, came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know who Tyler the Creator originally was until I saw him eating a cockroach on the
Okay, yep,
Grammys.
yep.
I think it was the Grammys. Am I mistaken?
It was a cockroach in his music video.
But it was showcased.
Oh, at the
I didn't see
Grammys?
it until he was
Okay.
given awards.
Oh, okay.
As he was like nominated.
Yeah.
For something, right? I
Yeah.
don't know, it was some award show, and I was like, "Who's Tyler the Creator?" I'm like, "Dude's eating a gnarly ass cockroach in the video."
Disgusting.
Instantly got my attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, this guy's on to something."
Yeah.
Or he's on something. One
Right.
of the two, you know. So, and right off the bat, that's how I found out about him.
Yeah.
You know, which makes me think, how did you go from, and I'm pretty in tune with the scene, and I've never played, I've been DJing for 20 years, never heard any of his tunes, and all of a sudden he's getting nominated for major awards. So it makes me wonder and think a little bit, is there some behind the scenes trickery going on? Or is he just really talented and has diehard fans that are taking him to the top of the
I feel like he has diehard fans. Number one, his clothing is literally all over Zoomies and all over
Right.
these stores.
In fact, I saw Don't Let It Ross
carnivals
the other day.
Yeah,
So, you know, he's doing
carnivals.
all right.
I see little kids walking around my neighborhood
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Tyler Creator stuff
I feel
on.
like he's really good with the marketing for that age demographic that actually, like, super fans.
Yeah.
The 16 to like 22-year-olds that will buy the T-shirt, the socks,
Yeah.
the concert ticket, and the festival pass.
Yeah,
you know, whatever,
exactly.
and
VIP
go and be
pass.
on the website for the release, you know,
Yep.
and be a part of that culture.
And I was
he's
for a little
created
bit.
I give it to him. He's created a really cool culture around
Yeah.
his branding.
Yeah, it's dope.
I love it.
It's
You know, and
fly.
his music videos are super dope.
It's fly, but quality. We're gonna construct the music
Right,
though.
so
Quality of music. Aaron, what do you think?
I took to one song on the entire album.
Okay, TJ.
I think it's the first one.
Okay.
Really, I think it was like the first one, which I thought was dope. It's got like this boom bap beat. I couldn't tell you the name of it. I could look. Huh? Igor's theme.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep,
And I was
yep,
like,
that's
I
the-
had
that's
it
the-
on repeat. I listened to the whole album that morning. Drank my coffee on the way into town.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. And that's the one I came back to.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the one he was promoting. So he knew that was his strongest song.
Yeah.
If that leaked before the album came out.
Yeah.
Now, DJ Khaled.
I loved his
We're
album.
all tired of hearing DJ Khaled say stuff on the thing, but doesn't really do anything on his albums, but scream another one or DJ Khaled. You
But
know?
the music though, like from the artists that he puts together, because
Oh, he's a genius.
that's what he does. He gets all these
Right.
big artists. So he's like, how can I not become number one? I'm
Right.
already have most of the most popping
He
artists
was
on
definitely
this.
intending on that.
Yeah, so his heart was broke
is
a
it like
little.
first and second, or is it like a far shot?
I don't think it was second, but
Oh,
I'm
it was down?
yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, he was second. Okay, he might have been second.
So maybe he's gonna take. Are those still current, or maybe he takes number one?
I mean,
The summer's
it
still
flips
young.
and
These are
flops.
Two really big projects, but I don't see Tyler getting radio play or club play on any of those records. I think it was a cool album that I would listen to chilling at the beach or on a road trip, or
Yeah.
if I'm like kind of just, you guys want to listen to something different at the pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to listen to club banging music. You're not going to be sitting there bumping trap EDM by the pool, or some people might. Somebody down the line like,
Depends
"Oh,
where you
that's
at."
the other day. I'm at the pool right now trapping.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, you want to, like, sometimes I have friends that like to throw different stuff out there.
Yeah,
What is this? You know, and I feel like that's kind of one of those albums.
yeah.
Keep you listening, kind of keep you like, what is the? It makes you want to say, what is this?
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think, Aaron?
Well, my take, I'll preface it. I love Tyler, Creator.
Yes.
I think one thing, especially where you're saying he hadn't really, like, I think he's successfully, like, removed himself from the rest of the music world, like
Right.
like a Kanye or like a Pharrell,
Okay.
that they just do their thing, and
Yeah,
you know, they're always relevant,
Yeah.
in some way,
Right.
in fashion, different facets, like music, fashion, whatever. So I think he's a genius in that way. I do think it's really interesting because, yeah, I listened to the album, I enjoyed it. It's more of like a project,
Right.
a thing, and he admitted this, rather than like the Khaled approach, which is like banger singles, which
yeah,
Right.
which are gonna get radio play. So
Yeah.
it is interesting though in 2019 that he can have a number one,
yeah, and not have a radio
club
hit.
record.
Yep. Or
I love it personally.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I think it's well deserved. I
Yeah.
love to see that. I love hearing that.
that's where your fans come and play.
Right.
That's where it comes.
Because-
So that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
So it kind of throws a twist on it. And we're in a new era now. This is like a digital era.
Yeah,
Stuff is very accessible right
Yeah.
off the bat. Like I said, I streamed his album that Friday morning
Yeah.
on Spotify new releases when it came out. And I bumped Igor's theme a couple of times. There was a couple other ones that had some cool vocals on them. I think there were some female vocals in there somewhere that I heard that were kind of cool.
I think Earthquake is the single.
Right. So maybe that one. And I was feeling it, you know, but it makes you think, you know, I liked it. Like he could take number one
Yeah.
over a pop album. I would say Khaled, I would consider that a hip hop pop
Yeah.
album because he's targeting these hit singles, like you were saying,
Yeah.
to really go hit after hit after hit.
But I do think Khaled's being salty and kind of, you know, whatever. But I do kind of understand what he's saying in that video. I think I know. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you get
going
it.
around. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's like, it is true. Like some of that songs of that album will be playing more.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna hear it everywhere versus you maybe have to seek out.
Yeah, chances
Tyler's
are you're not
album.
going to
Yeah.
hear much of Tyler's album on Power 106.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, he's not even that
Do
kind
you
of.
work at Power?
I do work at Power.
Can we get some Tyler on the station?
You know, Tyler, I feel like his music doesn't 100%. It just depends on your crowd. So that's
Right.
a hip hop station. So Tyler has all the possibility too, but honestly, I mean, he would have been on there by now.
Right, and also
Yeah.
not to mention that I would say radio
Yeah. It's such
might
a
not
different
make a
ball
huge
game.
impact on these demographics that it used to.
Now we're
There's
seeing
so many
it.
outlets. You got
Yeah.
iTunes changing. We got Spotify.
Yep.
You got Alexa with Amazon. That
Yep.
press her Amazon Music on me every time I ask. her to
YouTube
play some
Music,
you know,
so
I'm
many
like,
things.
There's like a million different platforms, so it makes me think that like
TikTok.
right,
Yep.
right.
We know I know it's a reckoning, especially for radio and stuff. For pitting on artists, you know, getting to know artists, I feel like it's a great way. But for putting on artists, Spotify, I can see who dropped a song right now.
Right.
So can I see on SoundCloud? I can go and I can find new people.
One of the things that I'm not going to be a big Spotify fan real quick, but
I love Spotify.
Everybody chooses their streaming platform.
Yeah.
Unless you're rich and you got all of them, you know. Joy, which one do you use?
I have Spotify.
What about you, Aaron?
I use Spotify mostly.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm also on Spotify, and one of the things that I like about it, we should be getting paid for this.
Man, I know, right?
Yeah, give me some playlisting or something. But is like you can get into details. You can find out who produced it, who co-wrote on that. Like all the things that get published when you publish a record. I'm sure you're aware of these things. Those details are in Spotify, and you can look that up.
Yeah.
I found dope producers just by a song from a rapper, but I was like, I love this beat. And it was like a funky kind of like bouncy, dancey kind of beat. I went and saw who produced it, went and found that artist.
And then boom.
looked at all his music. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Now I found it opened up a whole new lane of someone I didn't even know
Exactly.
about.
That's what I love about Spotify.
And I'm sure that those things are available on other platforms as well. But I just think that kind of stuff helps people discover. And everybody nowadays wants to be like, oh, I heard of this first.
Right.
Or, I've been bumping Aaron Taos since before he blew up.
Right, exactly.
Like, stuff like that.
Big facts.
Aaron, who currently influences the kind of stuff that you do? Who are you listening to? Like in your car, on your playlist.
Yeah,
stuff
like that. I do. I'm like everybody else. I'll throw on a playlist, like the new music. I'll see what's going on. But for like inspiration, like a lot of the new popular, more indie leaning Spotify stuff, like Still Woozy is a really good new guy. Omar Apollo. Okay. I like a lot of that like alternative R&B indie kind of like stuff. But then I also like, especially when I was living in New York and riding the subway, I would just put on like Rap Caviar.
Yep.
Like I just like, I just like
see
a lot
what's
of
going on.
Yeah. I just still like listening to a lot of the new hip hop. So
stay up to date on all of it.
Yesterday I was taking a nap and I put on some like old country music.
He was like, that's my mood today. Yeah. I could see
in the rock and chill.
Right, chilling.
So, it's all over the place.
Cool.
But
Joy, is there any other news? I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't know if there's anything else going out there other than that.
I have one other thing. Okay. Lil Xan out here tripping.
Okay.
He was in your part of town, downtown.
Oh, great. Hide your kids.
Hide your kids.
I live in WeHo. I have an office downtown.
Okay, but you be there all day, most of the time.
There all day.
Okay, not to give away your location. So Lil Xan.
He was looking for you.
He was looking for you. Right. But he was at the gas station, and a random person comes up to him and starts getting mad about, he was on social media talking about how he doesn't really listen to Tupac and don't know who he is, blah, blah, blah.
He's getting a bad rap for that.
And that was a while ago. Tupac. Yeah, he's been getting, he got a bad rap for that. So that came back again. So I guess he got mad.
LA, come on now. You can't be bashing Pac.
I'm saying, and you in LA.
Get shot for that.
So you're going to get pressed, period. Right. So he was, pumping his gas. The guy's like on his phone, like, look at you, whatever, calling him out his name. So Lil Xan put out a gun.
No way.
Lil Xan pulled out his gun and was like, stop messing with me. I'm not finna keep playing with you, whatever. So now, of course, LAPD is going to be investigating it because the man videotaped and took pictures while he was pulling out a gun. He's like, Lil Xan's pulling out a gun on me, blah, blah, blah.
Holy
But
shit.
I understand his frustrations, but that's what happens when you say dumb stuff. You can't just go around LA talking about how you don't support certain. Keep it to yourself.
Though, I get it if he was out in like middle America.
Exactly.
Small town.
But not a city where people speak their mind whenever they feel like it.
They literally dedicate a whole day to Tupac's birthday.
Yeah.
And play Tupac
all day
long.
Mm-hmm. No matter where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. I would do that just for my own
sake. So
Lil
Xan not playing, man.
Note to self, stay away from Xan.
Stay away from Xans, okay?
Xan definitely ain't getting that Aaron Taos feature. Yeah. I actually want to get into some more music on that. No, this is Aaron Taos Bloom.
Ooh.
And that's Aaron Taos with Bloom.
Love it.
That's setting the vibe all
man, I feel
right
good.
Both songs, Control and Bloom, you can catch in the Vibe playlist.
There we go.
What do most people say about your music? What kind of like feedback do you get when you're like showing people your stuff that maybe never heard your stuff?
Like release stuff?
Yeah, just like I mean, obviously, you
He
get
probably got super
vibes
fans.
from me.
He looks like the type that has super fans that like wait outside for
Girls be out
him.
there
Yeah, crying.
Not quite yet. Maybe he'll go there. I'm not sure. Strangely, a lot of
we got ladies. He used to play sports.
I'm saying.
a lot of more, like a lot of people reaching out now are in South America. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I don't know,
Wow,
exactly why. Maybe they care about rock a little bit
So do you
more
look
than
at the
here.
analytics of your music and then like majority of your streams are coming from South America? Or
Well,
are these
I
just-
looked at that after I just noticed that I was getting a lot of like DMs from people from like Mexico, Argentina,
Oh, wow.
Brazil.
Thank you for
Ooh,
responding
that's
to mine, by the
nice.
way. From Los Angeles.
He's like, oh,
That's
LA.
the local.
right. Like, who is this guy?
So I don't know, why per se, but it's been interesting because I could see that on Instagram, and then I was like, oh, let me go check my like analytics,
Right.
and yeah, like my, top 5 are, some of them are in, it's like Brazil, Mexico.
Wow.
So
Cool.
That's really nice.
It's interesting
Do
to
you
be
speak Spanish?
a little bit. I used to
Poquito.
work at a Mexican restaurant, so I picked up a little bit.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
That's good enough.
You know the essentials.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's cool though, man. So maybe we get you some shows in South America.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get you on some stages
nice
down
South
at some of
American
those
tour.
tropical festivals and whatnot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Have you played many shows in your career? Or
Yeah, so I mean, last year I played a bunch of shows.
whereabouts?
Mostly in New York and LA.
Cool.
But I got the opportunity last like summer to go on tour with an artist named King Princess,
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
who is really dope. And she brought me on like 8 dates up and down the East Coast.
Cool.
So that was my first time doing that, and that was awesome. So I definitely want to do that again.
Very nice.
And yeah, I mean, since I was working on this last album that came out in March, I hadn't really done much earlier this year, but now I'm going to start playing more shows, I think, this summer.
And when you perform, you're the lead singer and lead guitar? Or who accompanies you on
I'm mostly
stage
like
or with
rhythm.
this?
Lately, I've been playing like a setup where I'm singing, playing guitar. I have another lead guitarist and a drummer, and then we kind of run bass stems.
Oh, that's nice.
Through keep it kind of like small. In a perfect world,
Like
I
Ableton or what?
yeah, we just run like the bass track out of
cool.
Ableton. But in a perfect world, I want like a full band, like
Right.
5.
Now
But,
hiring folks.
Right.
Well, if you're that guy, you feel like you fit the part. And you're from South America. You know what my man is.
Exactly. Put that in there.
There's a chance.
well, I mean, I think the general rule of thumb, especially when you're starting out, is to keep it a little smaller. So
Right.
it's harder.
It's easier to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I like to bring up too, is that as a band, I'm like, I can only imagine in this day and age how hard it is for a band to travel and tour.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a DJ. I can show up with a backpack with a laptop on
Yeah.
and go rock, and that's the thing. And I know a lot of people hate that. The people that are like the true musicians.
Yeah.
and
Like, look
the
at you with
DJs
your
who let their hands
laptop.
Play. It's a little bit more than just pressing and play.
Oh, yeah, for
but
sure.
I actually have, and I used to be in a band too, and I know, and for me to haul a drum kit just to the
Oh,
homie's practice
man.
garage is a lot.
Yeah.
Much as let's go on
Traveling
tour,
with it,
and then
yeah.
you're breaking drum heads, you're breaking guitar strings.
Yeah.
Like it gets to be a lot.
There's a lot of maintenance.
Right.
Yeah.
So I imagine, keeping it simple before you really grow. Ideally, what would like your dream band be? Like,
I'd want like a 5-piece, bassist, another guitarist, maybe keys player,
right.
drummer, but
Any brass?
yeah. I mean, that'd be
I feel like some
great,
horns
but
would
it'd
be kind of
be
cool in your music.
that's just beyond my,
right.
like thought process right now.
Right.
But I mean,
Let me
it's-
just seed that for you.
Yeah.
Right, now,
Put in the air.
play.
So a couple of years.
you
no,
play
I
trombone,
don't, but-
right?
I know. Let's not go there.
That's
That
in
was
the
a bad
past.
attempt at trying to learn the trombone. Okay.
I don't know. I've been seeing people lately even just literally themselves with a backing track, and like my first instinct is that's lame, but it kind of works too. I mean,
Right, work with
Yeah.
whatever
what you got.
works.
Exactly.
Homie's got GarageBand playing all his tracks that he probably produced that week. And
Yeah, if you can
rock
do
it
it.
Be
out.
chilling.
You can
yeah.
pull it off,
Right.
props to you.
Yep.
Well, very nice, very nice. We're actually coming to a wrap on the show here, and what can we expect from you in the near future? We want to keep in touch with what you got going on. Do you have shows? Do you got performances? Any tours? Any albums? Like what kind of stuff can we
Yeah, so the last couple of months were pretty busy. So I put out a project in March called Birthday Boy.
Right.
That you should check out. And that was like a kind of conceptual album about getting older. So that was my baby.
How many songs is on Birthday
That's
Boy?
10. And I produced them all. So it's like a very like personal project. So
did you play all the instruments on there? Or did you also have other writers?
I produced and wrote everything. Like it was just I went home to New Haven last summer and kind of like hold myself up and made that album.
Was that your intention?
Yeah,
that trip?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna go for the summer. I'm gonna come out with an album.
Pretty much, because I had done the whole co-writing thing, and then I was like, I want to go back and make something that like just is what I
Yeah, for you.
And that's Birthday Boy.
And that's what came from that. But I did have a couple of featured artists on it, like my friend Teddy Bruschi,
Okay,
a rapper out of Boston named Lord Felix, another rapper named Kari. So I collaborated a little bit that way, but yeah, so like that came out in March. That was like a big thing. So check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Make sure you go stream that.
And then just because it was appropriate, I put out Bloom in May because it's spring, summer.
And then the visual, the timing. I feel like that was great all in timing.
Yeah, so that was just kind of like I wanted to get that out. But right now, I'm actually finishing up mixes on new songs and some ones I'm really stoked about. So
nice.
I'm going to be probably rolling those out this summer into the fall.
Cool. We look forward to it.
Yes.
Yep.
And I honestly can see you like playing at Coachella someday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can catch
I
the vibe
hope
that
so.
you're bringing now.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
see a bright
vibes.
future. You know.
I agree.
Hey, thank you.
And you heard it first right here on the Hella Clout show. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron Taos. Joy, thank
guys.
you so much for coming in.
Anytime.
And Aaron, let people know where they can find you on social media and download your music and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much anywhere where you'd go, just Aaron, Aaron, Taos, Taos. And that's, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
All that.
All, the normal stuff.
All right, we out here. It's the Hella Clout show. Y'all, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Tuning out.
guys.